Congress campaign for Rahul fizzles out. Opposition holds meet but not all in attendance. Another day of washout in the parliament as unruly scenes unfold amid Congress protest. After conviction and disqualification, Rahul receives notice to vacate the government bungalow. Quota politics takes over the poll-bound Karnataka. Violence and protests in multiple cities. Bilkis Bano rape convict shares stage with BJP leaders. Even as Supreme Court sends notice to Gujarat government and convicts. Atiq Ahmed brought to Prayagraj in connection with Umesh Pal case to be produced before the court tomorrow. Hello and welcome. You're watching The Burning Question with me, Shavan said. Now, there's been a massive political storm brewing over the Bilkis Bano case. This after one of the 11 convicts in the case who was released prematurely last year was seen sharing a stage with a BJP parliamentarian and a legislator at a government program in Gujarat. The question is, why is there political validation for Bilkis rapist? Ladies and gentlemen, when the remission was done, this was just before the Gujarat elections. Many said that there was a technical issue to it because the remission policy that was taken into consideration was not the current policy, but the policy that was in place when the conviction took place. Is there a technical aspect to it, or this is largely a political decision? And how exactly can one really justify the presence of a convict on the stage where elected representatives are also present? That's the burning question tonight. Take a look at this report and then we debate.
There is a fresh row brewing in Gujarat over Bilkis Bano case. One of the convicts was seen sharing stage with the BJP MP Jashwant Babur and his MLA brother Shailesh Babur. When contacted and asked whether he attended the program, the convict Shailesh Bhatt said he went there for puja ritual but refused to elaborate. Bhatt was seen in a photo shared by Shailesh Babur on his Twitter account. The Congress has launched a scathing attack on the BJP.
Well, it's extremely unfortunate. The fact that an elected representative decides to share a stage with someone who's been convicted of such a heinous offense and then released prematurely while other people continue to languish in jail is something which is reprehensible and it should be condemned in the strongest possible.
This comes as the Supreme Court has issued notice to Gujarat government on a batch of petitions against early remission of rapists. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, release of 11 convicts, and now you have one of them actually sharing a stage with a parliamentarian as well as a legislator. Surprisingly, the Bharatiya Janata Party does not want to really speak on this entire matter, saying that the process of law was basically taken into account. Joining us on the burning question tonight are Desh Ratan Nigam, Advocate of the Supreme Court, Sangeet Ragi, Raju Lakshmi Joshi, Krishank Mane of the BRS, Professor Manojit Mandal of the Trinamool Congress, and Tanvi Pruthi, Political Analyst, joining us from the National Capital. Opening up the debate tonight is Krishank Mane and Sangeet Ragi. If I can have both of them on the screens. Sangeet Ragi, let's be very clear. This was clearly a political decision. The very fact that in that particular committee that was formed, you had BJP legislators, councillors who were present, and it is a discretionary power. Having to say that this was a process of law was being followed, I think so we are making a mockery of the situation. And for once, let's be very clear that there is nothing technical about this issue? It is purely a political decision.
Niranjan, whether it was a political decision or it was a technical discussion in which the discretion of the state government was applied into the case, it's also a subjective conclusion on part of you and any members on this panel. Number one.
Now, how is it?
Number two.
Let me.
Shravan,
Shravan.
Yes, Shravan. Sorry.
1 minute.
Let me argue.
You are saying that there is nothing technical. There is nothing subjective. 1 second, Dr. Ragia. There is nothing subjective about this matter.
No.
The fact of the matter is that was the decision really
Shravan,
taken on the current remission policy of the Gujarat government?
Shravan,
because if you go by the current policy, then this could not have actually taken place.
Shravan, the law cannot be retrospective. So when the incident took place, the horrendous incident took place, then the law was something different. Tomorrow, if the law comes out, which is very different from what it was 14 years back, then the incident which took place 14 years back cannot be brought in, or a person cannot be convicted according to the law what it exists today.
Binding?
Number one. Number two, no. Whether it is a binding or it is not a binding, even tomorrow, suppose that the BJP legislature would not have been part of the committee which made this decision, even then the opposition would have concluded that it was a political decision. So I don't dispute it, because they are entitled to make conclusions.
Once again,
third thing,
Dr. Sangeet Ragi, if you're essentially saying,
let me finish.
Dr. Sangeet Ragi, if you're essentially saying that, essentially saying that yes, a certificate should be given that good behavior to rapists, then what sort of message are we really sending across? As a country, what sort of a message are we sending across? Krishak Mane wants to take on. The BRS as well as the Trinamool Congress have objected. Now, it's not about what the opposition parties have to say, Sangeet Ragi. Let's be very clear about it. When this actually happened on 15th of August, when they came out and they were being garlanded, questions were asked even then. Questions were asked even then. I don't see a reason why we should be glorifying rapists. Why should we be doing that?
Including myself.
Krishak Mane, the position that has been taken by the BJP. No, one second, Sangeet Ragi. I knew this technical aspect that you will throw upon by saying that this is the law. This is not the law. This is certainly not the law. Krishak Mane, all this while, the positioning that has been taken is that there is a technical matter. It is the old remission policy. And under the garb of that, this is always taking place, saying that process of law is being followed. Is the process of law being followed?
Absolutely not. Because what has law said? Law has convicted them. But it was the government, which of course is BJP, who one of them was a member of the panel, and they have relieved them. It was not any court of law which have relieved them from the heinous crime which they have done. But after that, you see the whole scenario, how BJP or their leaders have welcomed them. After being released, they were garlanded. And today we see on the government's program, not just BJP MLA or MP being aside, but with Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and Home Minister Amit Shah ji's picture in the background. What are they trying to send a message? This we oppose because this exposes the mindset of the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is as equal as anyone calling Nathuram Godse as a patriot. Why is this BJP party leaders that they defend murderers, rapists? This is the point which they have to answer. The Bharatiya Janata Party wants to glorify be it these rapists or call the man who killed Mahatma Gandhi as a patriot. So Bharatiya Janata Party exposes their mindset on what they have to defend on. They are defending today. They continue to defend. Maybe Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson may not be on your show, Shravan. But the point is, they have pushed in a mindset where they are defending rapists today. It is so unfortunate if
No,
anyone
I'm
is taking
sorry.
the side of those
Nobody
rapists.
is defending
Yes.
the rapist.
I'm sorry
No,
to
I
say.
haven't.
Sangeeta,
I haven't
I'm
named
sorry.
you, but you are taking
Shravan,
issue.
I'm very
No,
sorry
one
to
second,
say
Sangeeta,
nobody
I'll
is
give you the
defending.
opportunity. Let
I
me
don't
open up the
stand-
debate.
I don't
Let me open
stand
up
to
the debate.
defend the
Let me
rapist
open
at
up the
all.
debate. Let me open up the debate.
I don't stand.
Rajalakshmi
I
Joshi.
don't stand to
Rajalakshmi Joshi
defend
was.
the rapist.
Sangeeta, I'll come back to the basic issues once again. But Rajalakshmi Joshi, let's be very clear about this. Let's be very clear about this. When they were released, they were garlanded. At that point in time, the Bharatiya Janata Party was absolutely silent about this entire matter. They said that the party has absolutely nothing to do. The party did not believe it's important to put their stand on this entire matter. At that point in time, elections were around the corner. Today, Krishik Bane says that look at what is happening. A government program takes place. Now, I really want to understand what is it that the convicts in this case had to really contribute on a government program? What was the need?
Good evening, Shawan. Very firstly, I have my strong reservations against this remission policy that our legal system allows to any of these convicts. So this is something that I have always had strong objections to, and I fail to understand how and on what grounds that kind of a law was made in the first place, and why it still continues to remain so. Because obviously, these anybody, any family, they will obviously want to seek remission. And very firstly, the remission was sought not by the political party, but by the individuals' families. So it was on technical grounds that they were released. So I have my strong objections to that.
No, how is it
I
technical?
am
No,
nowhere. I
Rajalakshmi,
am nowhere.
Rajalakshmi. No,
I am
of
nowhere,
course. No, I don't understand.
defending
No,
them
what is the
at
logic?
all.
Tanvi might want to respond to that. Tanvi might. No, that's very illogical, Rajalakshmi. I'm very sorry to say. Are you now saying that because here a convict has applied for remission, okay? Of course, he is the one who's going to apply for remission. Who else would have? And then
No, but
you say that
Shawan,
the
why do
government
you
has
have
absolutely
such a-
no role. How is it possible? The committee,
Shawan,
the committee that was
why
formed,
do you have
the committee had whom?
Shawan,
The committee had whom?
Shawan,
Look, the
No,
committee
but
had
Shawan,
whom? And is it binding?
why
That's
do you
exactly the
have
question
such a
I'm asking. Is it
at that
binding?
point of time?
The commission had
Why do you
Rajalakshmi,
have
none
such a
other
thing
than
in
BJP
place?
leaders.
No, but why?
That is
have
okay.
such
That's a different
facility
debate.
where somebody can
Whether
seek
to have remission or not to have a remission, it's a
this
different
is not
debate.
about one single
I am
case.
sticking, Rajalakshmi. I am only sticking to the fact that what was the need in the first place to have BJP leaders in that very committee? Question number one. Question number two, was it really binding on the government at that point in time to accept that committee's report? And question number three is that what were the convicts really doing on a government program? Can someone please tell me?
Shawan, I am not speaking for the BJP, but I am just going to say that, I reiterate my point, but at the same time, I want to say that obviously there will be people from the BJP on that committee, because that is quite expected. There will be people from all sides, not just the BJP.
Why?
There were people outside the BJP also, obviously,
No,
because
which was the other
they
side?
are supposed to be there.
Tanvi wants to come in. Tanvi wants to come in, and then I'll go to
There is a
Professor Mondal and
cross-section of
Deshratam
people
Nigam.
on that policy. There is a
Tanvi wants to
cross-section of
come in.
people on
No,
that
I don't
policy.
understand, Rajalakshmi. What sort of beating around the bush is happening? You say who else would have been apart from BJP MPs? Why they can't be? They couldn't have been any other expert.
I am totally
The committee
against
only
the remission
required
policy
the
at
expertise
all.
of a BJP legislator.
I'm totally against the remission policy.
No, I understand. That's a different debate. But I am
asking.
asking a simple question. Tanvi, please answer. Is it wrong to raise this question? Is it wrong? Now, I understand this is the position that everyone has taken on this entire matter, that it is so very technical. So very technical that there was no other option available, but the government had to accept the committee's report. The remission had to take place. And the fact of the matter, they're saying that look here, there is Supreme Court observations on such matters. Hence, the old policy had to be taken into consideration, because the old policy was in place when the conviction had actually taken place. That is the reason why we are letting it go. But the question here is, Tanvi, that somewhere down the line, the government of the day thought that probably the press is not going to raise this issue. Today also, I think so, somewhere down the line, they thought, okay, puja karne aaye the, isme galti kya hai? Now, that's the kind of position everyone is now taking. Let's not forget, are we really talking about justice for the women of this country, and this is the message that we want to send across. Tanvi, when Rajalakshmi says that, who else should have been there? I would say experts should have been there.
Forget experts, yeah.
Tanvi.
You know, Shravan, you very rightly said, what message are we giving out? And I want to say that this is the G20 year where the eyes across the world are on India. Everybody is watching what is happening. Probably, you know, everybody is watching this live show right now just to see what is happening in India. Republic channel is quite popular. And what are they seeing really? That the current legislators are sitting with rapes convict. Forget remission for a second that they were granted remission. They were raped convicts. They were rioters. They were convicted in the case. They have served their jail term, and then on technical grounds they were let out. And I thank the Honorable Court for accepting the review petition today. Legally, of course, we'll have to see how the case unfolds. But optically, in the G20 year, what message exactly is the BJP trying to send out to the world? That is this how our Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao we are campaigning
I don't know,
in India.
honestly speaking, Professor Mondal, what message do you think is being sent across? Professor Mondal, what message do you think is being sent across? Because, Professor Mondal, you've heard all sides now. You have heard all sides. I want you to put this into perspective. There is a political aspect to it. At the beginning of the debate, I said it, that there is nothing technical. This is very political. Right. Extremely political. Absolutely. Because somewhere down the line, someone has supported this. Somewhere down the line, if you say the Supreme Court observations were being cited, I don't see what was the hurry. In that jiffy, that decision was taken that, okay, let's let the convicts be released. What is the message that we are sending across?
Yeah. No, thanks for inviting me, Sawan. You know, I'm not representing the party on this particular show, so that's a technical error. Yeah, I mean, political messaging will be there, but the fact remains that it questions or undermines the narrative of morality. What are we leading to in this country when it comes to representing the political class, and especially such a big political party like BJP ruling the country with this kind of demeanor, where the MP is being shown with a convict? Forget about technicalities. Even if he has served his jail term and then he comes out of jail, the question of morality will remain. But the fact remains that the BJP as a political party does not believe in this sense. And I'll give an example. Look, Nitish Pramanik, All India Trinamool Congress, chucked him out of the party because of this kind of cases again. He also had cases of sexual harassment, cases against women, assault against women. BJP left him up. Corruption case, Shubhendu Adhikari, another example. Trinamool Congress, when I wanted to chuck him out, he was lapped again up by BJP. I mean, when it comes to such a big political party, you are ruling the country, you boast of becoming the largest political party in the world. Why do you need this kind of scenes? Because you want to impress upon a particular community? Is that the reason? Or you are trying to give a strong message that whatever
we do not
may
know
be the
the
case,
reason, unfortunately.
if you are a BJP, we will support you till the end, like you are doing with the Vice Chancellor in Bengal, Vishnu Bharati.
I can't wrap my head.
The person is doing whatever he can, insulting Nobel laureate Amartya Sen, and despite that, BJP is backing that Vice Chancellor to the hill. It may be a very interesting issue about political morality, the kind of cadre-based party BJP, that once you are BJP, you will always remain BJP and you will be supported by us, whoever you are. Even a terrorist like Pragya Singh Thakur, who is inside the parliament insulting Mahatma and the constitution itself. I mean, this is amazing. You do not need these people. No political party needs this kind of people.
I think so. There is absolutely no doubt.
People are losing out.
Professor Mondal, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that with these images that are doing the rounds, and one saying that, look here, the person has come to do some sort of a puja. Desharatan Nigam, I think so. This is a slap across our face. This is an absolute slap across our face when a convict comes in. Forget about even for a minute, let's forget about the remission. At the end of the day, the court has convicted them. The court has convicted them of heinous crimes.
Absolutely.
And today, they are sharing a stage with elected representatives. Isn't that good enough to raise this question that What sort of message are we sending across? I want Deshratan Nigam and then final word to Krishak Mane. Deshratan Nigam,
Well, Shravan,
there are technical aspects that are being shown to it.
Shravan, in fact, there is nothing technical about it. It's a substantive law of remission which exists on a statute book passed by the parliament. And one thing is very clear, they've undergone the imprisonment. And once there are jail records, jail reports, if there is a good behavior, they come into zone of consideration for remission of the remaining sentence. That is what the law is. In this case, Supreme Court, because one person went to the Supreme Court, they directed the authorities in Gujarat state to consider his remission, and similarly situated people who were there. And the committee which is formed, whoever is a part of it, will see the jail records and jail reports about their good behavior. This applies to various other cases where earlier also murderers were released and their sentence remitted. Now, whenever this case of Bilkis Bano will come, I will always remember the screaming death of 59 car sevaks who were roasted alive by throwing petrol inside and locking it from outside and religious slogan being shouted outside.
Mr. Nigam,
allow me to finish.
Mr. Nigam, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry. I don't want to divert the
this case
attention
will
right
come.
now.
No, this is not diversion. We are doing one-sided debate. We are doing one-sided debate.
Mr. Nigam, I'm not getting into. See, Mr. Nigam, Deshratan Nigam, I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into. See, it's not about what has happened in 2002. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a very simple thing. Krishak Mane will understand this. Krishak Mane, I'm asking
Allow
a very
me to finish, Shravan. This is not
question.
justified. This is not justified, Shravan. Shravan, this is not justified. Allow me to finish first.
Okay, 30 seconds.
Because
okay, Deshratan Nigam, 30 seconds. I want. Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give you 30 seconds, and then I want Krishak Mane to respond. I'm also running out of time. That's why, Mr. Nigam, it's apologies, but the fact of the matter is that there is a morality question. There is a morality question.
Yes,
that we need to
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that, Shravan. So they have exercised their legal right, and there is nothing technical about it, as I said so. And Supreme Court will see whether, on the basis of record, that decision of remission was justified or not. Now, secondly, the question arises whether these people should share the stage or not. Share the. I am certainly against where these people should share the stage. All that kind of optics should be avoided at any cost.
Okay, you made your
because
point.
Nothing can justify.
Mr. Nigam, I'm really running short of time. Okay, I'll give 10 seconds to each Professor Mondal and Krishak Mane. Krishak Mane first to you, and then Professor Mondal. I'm really running short of time, gentlemen. So please make it short. Krishak Mane and Professor Mondal.
Any political parties should stand by ethos, and particularly when it is Government of India and the political party BJP has to definitely be as an example. But if you defend convicts, come put there on your platforms on government programs, be it this case or in fact even in the murder by a union minister's son of farmers, where in the daylight they were killed by jeep. And the government of India does not even speak a word.
That's the big question. I just want to give.
They have to be as an example. Honorable Prime Minister has to lead his party with an example.
Absolutely. I think so. Elected representatives have some job to do. Elected representatives have a job to do. Professor Mondal, I'm really running short of time. Make it quick. The last word.
We live in a nauseatingly patriarchal society. Mr. Nigam, when it comes to the crime against women, you need to be very, very careful. Let us understand that we rule them, unfortunately so. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. I'm so sorry that you are trying to defend this. You are trying to defend this, including one of my fellow academics. This is not a question of technical, it is a question of morality.
Gentlemen, we would like to take this further. We would like, I don't have the time. I'm really sorry, gentlemen. 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm running short of time. Otherwise, I would like to continue. But having said that, the question here is very simple. The question here is about morality and what sort of a message are we sending across. When convicts are basically sharing stage with elected representatives, then questions certainly would be asked. Thank you very much, Deshratan Nigam, Sangeet Ragi, Rajalakshmi Joshi, Krishak Mane, Professor Mondal and Tanvi Purti for joining us on the burning question. On the other side, trending burning question with my colleague Abhishek.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
What's better than the best-selling car in the Indian market? The Maruti Suzuki Alto K10. Alto K10's lively and spacious cabin makes it a comfortable car for your family to enjoy a long drive to your favorite destination. 15 plus safety features including dual airbags, the next gen K series 1 liter dual jet and a dual VVT engine that gives you smooth and powerful drive. The all-new Alto K10 comes with a Smart Play Studio with a smartphone navigation and first-in-segment 4 speakers. This gives you an infotainment system that makes it everything for a fun trip. The car has a youthful contemporary design with a honeycomb grille. The auto gas shift technology is also a plus. The Maruti Suzuki Alto K10 gives you the pride of ownership. The car is always rooted but never restricted and is keen to make tomorrow better for its consumers.
I am right now here at Rajghat at the same place where Satyagraha is taking. These workers who are now coming in large numbers are raising slogans in favor of Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi Zindabad. These are the slogans those are being raised by these workers. They are also demanding that actions to be taken. In fact, they are against the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi.
The United Kingdom is officially telling the people of India and the government of India that it couldn't care less. The United Kingdom is telling the government of India that it wants to do business with India, but it will do nothing to defend Indian interests. The London Metropolitan Police says it is continuing with inquiries. On the ground, the reality is the Khalistanis have a free reign. Today, Rishi Sunak and his cabinet must decide and pick a side. They cannot appease Khalistanis on their soil and hope to forge ties with India. They cannot act on every other separatist movement and in fact do everything possible to make sure that the United Kingdom is the center of anti-India activity.
Look at the BJP's claim, they have made it abundantly clear that whatever is happening in the court of law, and such hue and cry and saying that it is nothing but political vendetta is quite bizarre. In the end of the day, it was a case that was taken up into the court. The court has given him bail as well. The court has given him 30 days time as well to explore his legal options and to fight it out.
I am right now here at Rajghat at the same place where Satyagraha is taking. These workers who are now coming in large numbers are raising slogans in favor of Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi Zindabad. These are the slogans those are being raised by these workers. They are also demanding that actions to be taken. In fact, they are against the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi.
The United Kingdom is allowing terrorist groups to target India to run full corporate type offices on British soil. This is payback time. Last week in the UK there were celebrations when it was reported that the economy might grow by 0.4%. If we give the British access to the Indian market by signing the free trade agreement with them, then their GDP will go up by 0.25% additionally. This is huge. Britain cannot be allowed to lecture us on fake liberalism and continue to justify terrorism as dissent. I say I disagree with the way in which Britain is continuing to hurt India's national interests repeatedly. This is the time that we finally and completely realign the relationship to let the British know where the power balance will rest.
विजुअल्स आपको दिखा रहे हैं, आतिक अहमद को लेकर जाया जा रहा है और सारे जो पुलिसकर्मी है यहाँ पर तैनात है, सारे जो सिक्योरिटी है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए आतिक अहमद को पूरी तरह से प्रयागराज पहुंचाया जाएगा, जिससे कि आगे की जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन इंटेरोगेशन आतिक अहमद को लेकर हो पाए।
I am right now here at Rajghat at the same place where Satyagraha is taking. These workers who are now coming in large numbers are raising slogans in favor of Rahul Gandhi Zindabad. These are the slogans those are being raised by these workers. They are also demanding that actions to be taken. In fact, they are against the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi.
The United Kingdom is officially telling the people of India and the government of India that it couldn't care less. The United Kingdom is telling the government of India that it wants to do business with India, but it will do nothing to defend Indian interests. The London Metropolitan Police says it is continuing with inquiries. On the ground, the reality is the Khalistanis have a free rein. Today, Rishi Sunak and his cabinet must decide and pick a side. They cannot appease Khalistanis on their soil and hope to forge ties with India. They cannot act on every other separatist movement and in fact do everything possible to make sure that the United Kingdom is the center of anti-India activity.
विजुअल्स आपको दिखा रहे हैं, आतिक अहमद को लेकर जाया जा रहा है और सारे जो पुलिसकर्मी है यहाँ पर तैनात है, सारे जो सिक्योरिटी है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए आतिक अहमद को पूरी तरह से प्रयागराज पहुंचाया जाएगा, जिससे कि आगे की जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन इंटेरोगेशन आतिक अहमद को लेकर हो पाए।
Look at the BJP's claim, they have made it abundantly clear that whatever is happening in the court of law, and such hue and cry and saying that it is nothing but political vendetta is quite bizarre. In the end of the day, it was a case that was taken up into the court. The court has given him bail as well. The court has given him 30 days time as well to explore his legal options and to fight it out.
The United Kingdom is allowing terrorist groups to target India to run full corporate type offices on British soil.
Trending burning question powered by Cool Fans.
Welcome back, friends. After mapping the journey from Gujarat's Ahmedabad to Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj, Atiq Ahmed, the mafia don turned politician accused in the Umesh Pal murder case, was finally locked up in the Naini jail in Prayagraj. The convoy reached Prayagraj today at around 6 p.m. after brief halts in Jhansi, MP Shivpuri and of course Rajasthan's Kota. The Yogi factor has certainly spooked the mafia gang and some politicians as well. We wonder why this brouhaha. Here's a report and then I come back to debate.
From Ahmedabad to Uttar Pradesh, mapping a distance of about 1,274.9 kilometers, gangster Atiq Ahmed was brought to Uttar Pradesh.
और देखिए अब ये बज्र वाहन जो देख रहे हैं आप, ये बज्र वाहन जो है अब अतीक को बाहर अंदर उतार करके अब ये बज्र वाहन देखिए बाहर आ रहा है। अतीक अहमद को जेल में रखने के बाद, जेल में भेजने के बाद अब ये बज्र वाहन जिसको गेट के अंदर कर दिया गया था, अब वो बज्र वाहन बाहर आ रहा है। यानी कि जो प्रयास कर सकता था मीडिया अतीक से बात करने को लेकर के या अतीक कुछ कहने की कोशिश कर सकता था, तो इस बार पुलिस की ओर से यह एहतियात किया गया कि सीधे बज्र वाहन को गेट खोल करके अंदर ले जाया गया और अतीक को वहीं उसी गाड़ी से नीचे उतार करके उस जेल के अंदर रखा गया। उसके बाद ये बज्र वाहन अब वापस लौटता हुआ नजर आ रहा है।
Atiq was brought to Naini jail at 5:30 p.m. The opposition's claim of a fake encounter have now fallen flat.
देखिए, गुनाहगार को पकड़ के कानून के हवाले करना हर सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है, लेकिन जो सरकार ये दावा करती है कि हमारे यहाँ कानूनी व्यवस्था ठीक है, जो सरकार ये दावा करती है कि ज़ीरो टॉलरेंस है उसका, तो फिर इलाहाबाद के अंदर दिन दहाड़े ये मर्डर कैसे हो गया?
Atiq will be produced in court tomorrow at 11 a.m. The UP return has spooked mafia don Atiq Ahmed. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Joining me this evening, Anila Singh, spokesperson of the BJP. She's live from Delhi. Shantanu Gupta, author and political analyst, leans towards the BJP, live from Noida. And Professor Devendra Yadav, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. We had Akhilesh Yadav earlier say, Gaadi palat jayegi kya? But let me begin with Ratnakar Tripathi, senior leader of the Congress party, joins us live from Varanasi. Ratnakar Tripathi, ये हंगामा क्यों है बरपा? क्रिमिनल ही तो है. What's the problem? It's a criminal being brought to justice.
नहीं, हंगामा कोई नहीं बरपाया. हंगामा तो आप लोग बरपाए हुए हैं. 3 दिन से देखा जा रहा है कि आप लगातार यू आर सेइंग अतीक अहमद बाबा इज ब्रिंगिंग हिम बैक, बाबा इज डूइंग. बाबा इज नॉट डूइंग, द कोर्ट इज डूइंग. इज बाबा सिनोनिमस टू द कोर्ट? एंड इफ इट इज सो, आई एग्री विद इट. एंड लेट अतीक मीट हिज फेट. व्हाट वी आर वरीड अबाउट इज कि यू आर डूइंग ओनली वन साइड इलेक्शन. आई हैव गिवन many names in the eastern UP, scores of people who are being nominated MLC and being given ticket by BJP. They are being elected on BJP's ticket. They are doing their own. They are not on their own. They are doing their own. Whatever they are wanting, they are doing. From Prayagraj to Gorakhpur, at least 25 criminals are being patronized by BJP. Last time I spoke to you on a channel that Kuldeep Singh Sengar's parole was shortened by 7 days because the victim went to the Delhi court and said कि अगर आप इनको जमानत दे देंगे, पैरोल दे देंगे, ये मुझे मरवा देंगे. What did Yogi Adityanath do in that case? And there is no brouhaha that Atiq Ahmed will be killed or do whatever he wants. I'm saying again, let Atiq Ahmed
माहौल
meet
तो
his
ऐसा
fate.
बना रहे थे. Ratnakar Tripathi, that those atmospherics were being created, but you have made direct attack on the BJP. Let the BJP spokesperson respond. Anila Singh, Ratnakar Tripathi's point is that there are many criminals being patronized by the BJP. Some of them are MLAs or MLCs in UP. What is the Yogi government doing about that?
It is a great question from Congress party's spokesperson, and definitely a political party whose main face leader is disqualified in today's date. So, Mr. Ratnakar, you are absolutely correct if we talk about politics, and when we get MLA, MPs or MLCs in our assembly or parliament, definitely it is unfortunate. But the thing is, let us come together, let us all come together on one platform and let us fight for a law which says that any person who has criminal record should not contest. But you will not say so because your whole of the party has always given shelter or sponsored such people. So whether we talk about the Congress, BSP, SP, they all sail in the same boat. The reality is, since Yogi Adityanath ji has become the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, crime and criminal has started reducing. And in today's date, we have seen the right example. How Atiq Ahmed's family was so scared. Atiq Ahmed was so scared. Family and Atiq Ahmed himself was saying, kahin mera encounter na ho jaye, kahin hatya na ho jaye, अरे मेरा भाई तो इतना बीमार है, कहीं गाड़ी ना पलट जाए. And imagine, Samajwadi Party's main face leader, Mr. Ram Gopal Yadav, Chacha of Akhilesh Yadav, he's uncle of Akhilesh Yadav, he did PC. And he said, kahin bichare Atiq ki hatya na ho jaye, encounter na ho jaye. This is the standing of Samajwadi Party. What face Congress, Samajwadi Party or BSP has to claim that during their tenure there was no criminality in the state.
Anila Singh, Anila Singh, let me take this, since we have a representative from the Samajwadi Party, let me take this to Professor Dharmendra Yadav. Dharmendra Yadav ji, Ram Gopal Yadav ji, Professor साहब कहते हैं कि बेचारे अतीक की हत्या ना हो जाए, अखिलेश यादव कहते हैं कि गाड़ी ना पलट जाए. तो एक तो ये कि आपकी सरकारों में कभी गाड़ी नहीं पलटी तो कुछ तो हो रहा है. दूसरा, आपको क्यों इतनी सिंपैथी हो रही है, क्यों इतना लगाव है अगर अतीक अहमद को कानून का सामना करना पड़ रहा है?
अभिषेक जी, जुडिशियल ट्रायल सबसे बेस्ट मेथड है पूरी दुनिया का. अगर आप किसी जस्टिस की बात करते हैं, उस जस्टिस से अगर कोई गवर्नमेंट भागती है, दैट इज द गवर्नमेंट प्रॉब्लम. फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग इज दैट इज गवर्नमेंट प्रॉब्लम. सेकंड थिंग इज दैट कि गवर्नमेंट इज क्लेमिंग दैट इन उत्तर प्रदेश देयर इज जीरो टॉलरेंस. तो ये बताइए कि जो प्रयागराज में हुआ, माफिया और जो बदमाश, उनको ये भी भय नहीं था कि हम कोई कैमरे से छुपे या सीसीटीवी कैमरे से डरे। बिना नकाब के दिन दहाड़े गोली से हत्या कर दी गई, बम लेकर के फेंका गया, हाथ में चाकू लेकर दौड़े वो। किसी भी तरह का कोई भय उत्तर प्रदेश में कानून का नहीं है। जिस तरह से उमेश पाल की हत्या हुई, उस केस को तो इतना हाइप मिला, लेकिन मैं उसके एक दिन बाद की बात बताता हूं कि अमेठी में डबल मर्डर हुआ, डबल मर्डर, वो भी लोगों की हत्या हुई है। तो उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार जो क्लेम करती है कि उत्तर प्रदेश में जीरो टॉलरेंस, वो कहां गया? पहली बात। दूसरी बात ये कहती है कि माफिया डरे हुए हैं, माफिया प्रदेश छोड़ के भाग गए हैं। वही माफिया प्रयागराज जैसे संवेदनशील शहर में दिन दहाड़े हत्या को अंजाम देते हैं और पूरी पुलिस प्रणाली का पर सवालिया निशान खड़ा कर देते हैं कि पूरी उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार फेल है। उसके एक दिन बाद अमेठी में करके बताते हैं कि उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार फेल है।
Again a sharp attack on your government, on your party's government in UP. Would you want to respond to Dharmendra Yadav? According to him, maybe you are being selective or maybe you are not being effective.
We are selective about one thing. People who are not indulged in any sort of crime, we give them full security. And those who are indulged in crime, we do not spare them. So this is the selective approach which we have. Earlier, we didn't see such thing. The thing is, when we say about zero tolerance, it proves in statistics. In today's date, if I talk about dacoity, it has come down by 70%. If we talk about loot, it has come down by 71%. If we talk about kidnapping, it has come down by 36%. If we talk about rapes, it has come down by 52%. So the thing is, statistics, one figure may lie, but statistics doesn't lie. The reality is they cannot claim this thing during their tenure. Just, that if you talk about Atiq Ahmed or Mukhtar Ansari or any of the main mafia faces, they were being entertained by these political parties because they used them for the dahshatgardi.
Okay.
They wanted to use them for the black money in politics, and they wanted to adjust their black money with them in different projects. So they were the one jahan par haath laga diya, wahi property hamari. So Mr. Yadav cannot deny this fact.
Shantanu. Yeah, please complete Arnal Singh, complete your sentence.
Yeah. So the thing is, because of Yogi Ji's approach towards these criminals, gave so much of security to UP people, they voted him again. Where is Akhilesh Yadav? You will not find him anywhere. Rather, I see day in, day out, Samajwadi Party spokesperson.
Dharmendra Yadav, would you want to respond to this? The reason why Yogi Adityanath keeps winning elections, keeps coming back to power in Lucknow despite visiting Noida is because he is delivering. He is delivering in law and order. आपकी बात सही नहीं है, लोगों को समझ में आता है, इसलिए जनता वोट देती है.
Abhishek ji, how it was possible that a criminal from Gujarat make a mastermind plan for the murder of Umesh Pal in Prayagraj? How it was possible? It means the failure of government of Uttar Pradesh as well as the failure of Gujarat government. कैसे गुजरात की जेल में एक माफिया मोबाइल लेके कैसे बात करता है, वीडियो कॉल पे कैसे बात करता है, कैसे मीटिंग अरेंज करता है, कैसे इस बड़े घटना को अंजाम देने के लिए काम करता है, तो गवर्नमेंट कहां चली गई, कानून व्यवस्था कहां चला गया, कानून का राज कहां चला गया, उसके बारे में लोग सवाल पूछ रहे हैं. दूसरी बात जो
Shantanu, maybe you would want to get in here. Shantanu, Ratnakar Tripathi says that why is it about Baba doing something? It's the courts which deliver justice, the courts or judicial process which is being followed. And Dharmendra Yadav says that if Atiq Ahmed could plan this despite being in jail, some responsibility lies with the government also. Shantanu?
I think what Ratnakar Tripathi ji said, that Atiq Ahmed is brought to book because of court, but Rahul Gandhi is suspended because of BJP. That's such a bizarre argument that people don't underestimate the intelligence of people. See, why you ask Samajwadi Party that why they have so much sympathy with Atiq Ahmed, it's very obvious. And let me tell your viewers, from 1996 to 2000, from Allahabad West seat, Atiq Ahmed was the MLA from Samajwadi Party ticket. And they thought this is not enough. From 2004 to 2009, he was a member of parliament from Samajwadi Party ticket from the Phulpur seat, the renowned Chacha Nehru's Phulpur ticket. And then Akhilesh thought, no, I have to push him again to the parliament. 2014, from Shravasti seat, he was given the ticket again. Thanks to the people of Uttar Pradesh, they did not elect him again. They got to know about him. right? And now in 2017, he's brought to book.
Ratnakar
When the
Tripathi, are you
government came,
not
he's brought
missing
to
the
book.
irony?
He has 117
Are you not
cases.
missing the irony,
He has
Ratnakar
117
Tripathi?
cases
Phulpur
of
constituency,
murder,
which was
attempt to
once
murder,
represented by
rioting, looting,
stalwart Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, landed in the lap of Atiq Ahmed. And you are saying Baba is not doing this, courts are doing this. Let me tell you, I have come little prepared. You know, in the last 6 years of the Yogi government, 178 gangsters killed, 23,000 arrested, and in these encounters and action, 15 cops have lost their lives. So it's not that a concerted attempt is not being made. We have seen the lost decade between 2007 to 2017 in Uttar Pradesh, when Atiq Ahmed had a one term in the parliament as well. Ratnakar Tripathi, maybe we would want someone like you in parliament and not Atiq Ahmed. How are you going to defend this indulgence that we have seen with mafia and criminals in that lost decade, which perhaps is being made up now?
What a marathon protection of Yogi, sir. Applaud for you, Abhishek Kapoor ji. And let Shantanu Gupta don't insult the...
आप अपने आप को defend कीजिए ना, you defend yourself.
This is the caption.
I give you some numbers.
नहीं, अरे भाई अगर कोई बोलेगा तो मैं बोलूंगा ना. अरे भाई बोलने दीजिए सरकार.
Go ahead, Ratnakar Tripathi. Take me head on. Defend yourself. A constituency once represented by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru lands in the lap of Atiq Ahmed and not Ratnakar Tripathi.
Oh.
What's the Congress doing?
I'm Abhishek ji, with all due respect to you, I am not obliged to toe your line. Let me tell you, the BJP spokesperson Shantanu Gupta are all saying lie. Yes, Rahul Gandhi was disqualified by the court. But that hurry in which the letter was issued, that is being questioned. And let Anla Singh go to, I don't know where did she find the record. The National Crime Bureau record says that 680,000 crime cases has been registered. And there is a rise in kidnapping and murdering case. I am not saying that. NCRB is saying. And yes, you give protection to those who are not involved in criminal activities and ticket to those who are criminals, like Vineet Singh, MLC nominated by BJP, like Uday Bhan Karvaria, like Kapil Muni Karvaria, like Neelam Karvaria, like you stop the candidate of BJP of Pramukh in Jaunpur so that Dhananjay Singh's candidate may get elected, like Yashwant Singh Sonu and Balbat Singh Monu. I have plenty of names, Abhishek Kapoor ji.
Anila Singh, would you like to defend this?
They are silently threatening
Anila Singh, would you like to defend this? This is a charge against your government.
I have given the records.
Mr. Tripathi,
why don't you ask the research team?
When we talk about...
They will decide for you.
Listen, calm down. I know very well whether we talk about the Congress, Sapa, Baspa.
No, I am not excited, ma'am.
You all love to pamper and shelter the criminals, so allow me. Mr. Tripathi, you are a well-read person, you are an educated person. Whenever we talk about any of the statistics, we use comparative analysis. So, these are the figures, these are the statistics which I have given, that this much of percentage of the crime has come down. If you say, okay, in still today's date, Uttar Pradesh is,
So the NCRB is lying, ma'am.
Of course, I'm not denying that. Number one, Uttar Pradesh has got the humongous population. It is the most populated
NCRB is lying.
Before Bharati, calm down. I did not interrupt.
You conclude, ma'am.
So allow me. I speak truth.
Yeah.
I don't have any sort of fear from any of the other dogs. So I speak truth. The thing is, since Yogi Adityanath ji has become the chief minister, and his agenda was that yes, I am going to clear my Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, from crime and criminals. He started his work. He started working on his agenda. So definitely crime and criminals both have reduced in our state. Yes, there are many, but now the graph is going towards downward. So you must understand this thing. But आप लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता क्यों आप लोग इतना ज्यादा बह जाते हैं अपनी भावनाओं में कि अतीक हो कि कोई हो. माफिया को बचाने के चक्कर में आप जो है रूलिंग गवर्नमेंट को आप टारगेट करने लगते. आप पॉलिटिकल पार्टी लाइक योर्स, आप ये बता दीजिए फूलपुर से अतीक अहमद जीत कर आया था. फूलपुर से ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी किसकी रही है? ये जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी की कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी रही है, जहां पर
That question remains unanswered, by the way. Ratnakar Tripathi, quick 30 seconds.
को चुनाव लड़वाया है.
Ratnakar Tripathi, quick 30 seconds before I give the last word to Dharmendra Yadav, because they were most sensitive and sympathetic to Atiq Ahmed being brought to justice. Ratnakar Tripathi, you have not answered that question about Phulpur.
I'm obliged, Abhishek ji, you give me time. But one more thing, it is the comparison is done by NCRB, not BJP. The NCRB is saying the kidnapping and murder case is on rise.
Arey Baba, Phulpur election.
I'm not saying that.
Ratnakar Tripathi, you're deflecting.
One more thing.
Phulpur, what happened to Phulpur?
What do you want?
Atiq Ahmed representing Phulpur.
Like Modi ji says, oh, so Nehru is responsible as Atiq Ahmed. Do you want to say that? If Phulpur's population is electing
I am not saying that. I am saying, is it good that a constituency once represented by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru is represented by Atiq Ahmed? Okay, let me take this to Dharmendra Yadav. Dharmendra Yadav, आप सबसे ज़्यादा sensitive और sympathetic हो रहे हैं. एक बात बताइए, आपने भी उसका जवाब नहीं दिया. You have not answered that question. Why was this judicial process about which you talk now was not happening in the 2007 to 2017 period? Why is it happening now?
अभिषेक जी, अनिला जी से पहले मेरे दो रिमार्क चाहिए. अगर ये बता सके कि उत्तर प्रदेश के जो योगी जी,
नहीं, पहले मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए.
सुन लीजिए, उन्होंने उठाया था, उसके बाद मैं आपकी बात का जवाब दूंगा. योगी जी पर कितने मुकदमे रजिस्टर्ड हैं वो पूरे देश की जनता को बताएं, तो मेरे ख्याल से और अच्छा होगा, पता चलेगा क्रिमिनल.
आप पहले मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए पहले आप मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए. आप दूसरी बार डिफ्लेक्ट कर रहे हैं. You are deflecting it second time, Dharmendra. I don't have much time. If you want to defend yourself, you are being sympathetic to Atiq Ahmed, essentially because of your party's connections with him as a former MP of your party.
Abhishek ji, it's your narrative. If a mafia is carrying from Gujarat to Uttar Pradesh and a mega show is
Atiq Ahmed being a former member of parliament from your party is not my narrative, it's a fact. Dharmendra Yadav.
No party elect any member of parliament, any MLA and any MLC. The जनता चुनती है उसको, किसी को जनता चुनती है, कोई पार्टी नहीं चुनती है.
People elect, but the party gives ticket.
Let me finish.
अभी तो फंस गए आप. The party gives ticket. Okay, on that note, unfortunately, I've run out of time. Tomorrow, a court in Prayagraj would be pronouncing verdict in a case which is about late Umesh Pal's kidnapping in 2006. Almost 17 years back, and justice would be delivered tomorrow. Convictions would be announced. Atiq Ahmed is an accused in that case, and that is the reason why he has been brought from Sabarmati jail in Ahmedabad to Prayagraj, where now he's in Naini prison. Over to tomorrow for all the developments that take place in this case. On that note, thank you so much, Anila Singh, Ratnakar Tripathi, Shantanu Gupta, and Professor Dharmendra Yadav for joining us. A short break. On the other side, Arnab Goswami is back with the debate.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
If we look at the BJP's claim, they have made it abundantly clear that whatever is happening in the court of law, and such hue and cry and saying that it is nothing but political vendetta is quite bizarre. In the end of the day, it was a case that was taken up into the court. The court has given him bail as well. The court has given him 30 days time as well to explore his legal options and to fight it out.
I am right now here at Rajghat at the same place where Satyagraha is taking. These workers who are now coming in large numbers are raising slogans in favor of Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi Zindabad. These are the slogans those are being raised by these workers. They are also demanding that actions to be taken. In fact, they are against the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi.
The United Kingdom is allowing terrorist groups who target India to run full corporate type offices on British soil. This is payback time. Last week in the UK there were celebrations when it was reported that the economy might grow by 0.4%. If we give the British access to the Indian market by signing the free trade agreement with them, then their GDP will go up by 0.25% additionally. This is huge. Britain cannot be allowed to lecture us on fake liberalism and continue to justify terrorism as dissent. I say I disagree with the way in which Britain is continuing to hurt India's national interest. Repeated. This is the time that we finally and completely realign the relationship to let the British know where the power balance will rest.
विजुअल्स आपको दिखा रहे हैं, आतिक अहमद को लेकर जाया जा रहा है और सारे जो पुलिसकर्मी है यहाँ पर तैनात है, सारे जो सिक्योरिटी है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए आतिक अहमद को पूरी तरह से प्रयागराज पहुंचाया जाएगा, जिससे कि आगे की जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन इंटेरोगेशन आतिक अहमद को लेकर हो पाए।
I am right now here at Rajghat at the same place where Satyagraha is taking. These workers who are now coming in large numbers are raising slogans in favor of Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi Zindabad. These are the slogans that are being raised by these workers. They are also demanding that actions to be taken. In fact, they are against the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi.
The United Kingdom is officially telling the people of India and the government of India that it couldn't care less. The United Kingdom is telling the government of India that it wants to do business with India, but it will do nothing to defend Indian interests. The London Metropolitan Police says it is continuing with inquiries. On the ground, the reality is the Khalistanis have a free reign. Today, Rishi Sunak and his cabinet must decide and pick a side. They cannot appease Khalistanis on their soil and hope to forge ties with India. They cannot act on every other separatist movement and in fact do everything possible to make sure that the United Kingdom is the center of anti-India activity.
विजुअल्स आपको दिखा रहे हैं, आतिक अहमद को लेकर जाया जा रहा है और सारे जो पुलिसकर्मी है यहाँ पर तैनात है, सारे जो सिक्योरिटी है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए आतिक अहमद को पूरी तरह से प्रयागराज पहुंचाया जाएगा, जिससे कि आगे की जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन इंटेरोगेशन आतिक अहमद को लेकर हो पाए।
At the BJP's claim, they have made it abundantly clear that whatever is happening in the court of law, and such hue and cry and saying that it is nothing but political vendetta is quite bizarre. In the end of the day, it was a case that was taken up into the court. The court has given him bail as well. The court has given him 30 days time as well to explore his legal options and to fight it out.
The United Kingdom is allowing terrorist groups who target India to run full corporate type offices on British soil. This is payback time. Last week in the UK there were celebrations when it was reported that the economy might grow by 0.4%. If we give the British access to the Indian market by signing the free trade agreement with them, then their GDP will go up by 0.25% additionally. This is huge. Britain cannot be allowed to lecture us on fake liberalism and continue to justify terrorism as dissent. I say I disagree with the way in which Britain is continuing to hurt India's national interest. Repeated. This is the time that we finally and completely realign the relationship to let the British know where the power balance will rest.
I am right now here at Rajghat at the same place where Satyagraha is taking. These workers who are now coming in large numbers are raising slogans in favor of Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi Zindabad. These are the slogans that are being raised by these workers. They are also demanding that actions to be taken. In fact, they are against the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi.
The United Kingdom is officially telling the people of India and the government of India that it couldn't care less. The United Kingdom is telling the government of India that it wants to do business with India, but it will do nothing to defend Indian interests. The London Metropolitan Police says it is continuing with inquiries. On the ground, the reality is the Khalistanis have a free rein. Today, Rishi Sunak and his cabinet must decide and pick a side. They cannot appease Khalistanis on their soil and hope to forge ties with India. They cannot act on every other separatist movement and in fact do everything possible to make sure that the United Kingdom is the center of anti-India activity.